So I'm installing Endless OS exclusively for personal use, meaning I wasn't planning to demo anything for you. Then again, I thought why not upload the installation process, just in case someone is interested to watch. To quickly loop you in, Endless OS is based on Debian, and it is using a pure OS tree, in contrast to the hybrid OS tree implementation on Silverblue. On version 3.8 they rebased their desktop to GNOME 3.36, although they use a shell fork. Last but certainly not least, in Endless works everyone's favorite developer. Okay, let's roll this video now. So I'm really confused at the moment, if I should make a quick review on the actual desktop, or perhaps not. You see? I only have bad things to say.
こんなシチュエーション漫画で見たことあります。
I guess Chino is right, so let's proceed to Endless Epitaph. Okay, I'm not really following the project but I try all their new releases, and I can't say lots have changed, which on Endless case is bad. So on desktop we have our applications, that we can rearrange or create out folders, very similar to the upcoming GNOME 3.38 release. But those aren't all of our applications. So how we can see them all? Honestly I don't think it is even possible. One way is to click on more apps that will open the App Store, that is basically GNOME software. From there we can go to installed view and see our applications. The second option is to use the desktop search. That of course assumes we already know the applications we have, so it defeats the purpose but whatever. So let's search for Evolution. Now the question is how we add this on desktop. Drag and drop doesn't seem to work. If we right click, the desktop menu opens. Obviously this is an embarrassing bug, and I guess on the icon menu it would be an add to desktop option. But there is another way too. If we open Evolution. Actually? Okay, it just bugged, so let me redo all from start. So again, if we open Evolution, then on bottom panel we'll get an option to pin it on taskbar, but still no way to add it on desktop. So to achieve our mission, because that thing has turned out to an actual mission, we should go to our installed applications. And basically that background app menu you saw before? Does the exact same thing. It opens App Store. From there, we should scroll till we find what we want, and inside Details page we get a menu to add it to the desktop. So here it is. Of course if we hadn't that bug there wouldn't be a need for all those, but I'm just showing you the alternatives. Okay, now we are on desktop and the focus is on search. It is like we are constantly on Shell Applications Overview. So let's open Files app, that for some reason is called Documents. So what's happening? The icons on desktop get a fade out effect. So how we go back to the desktop? If we click anywhere on background, we go to search mode and all our windows disappear. How we restore it? We can click on taskbar icon, or open the overview mode. By the way, animations don't work because of Quick Emulator. Or we can press super key that switches between desktop and applications. Or press Alt Tab. Meanwhile let me show you something else. We open a second files window, and now on taskbar click we get these thumbnails on a vertical list. They are so small, that I'm not even sure why they bothered to add them. Basically, I believe that the master plan of endless designers was to get everything everyone else does, and make the exact opposite. Another example of reverse design. Everyone has virtual desktops these days, so an endless thought if everyone has them, let's remove them and only keep the Windows overview. That everywhere else has been actually created exactly for the virtual desktops. But one thing I really do like is this news widget that is kinda similar to Windows 10 news bar. The feed isn't really smart, but that's definitely something I'd like to have on GNOME Shell. So we know already we are using Endless OS 3.8.1, but let's assume we want to find the exact commit we are at. And in the meantime all the windows came back from nowhere. I just can't get used to that. Anyway, so we can open a terminal and say, Austri, admin, status. So we are on version 3.8.1, and the current commit is 17D99C0A4107B0 FA05569E5906 FA30B2C672E8457-8 the 4A1DB729D7 off 290DD.0. Which it happens to be my lucky SHA1. And it also reminds me the very best feature of Endless OS. So if we now go to settings. Whoa! It asks for feedback? Let me give them some. I know, but you are not. You are one stupid patch away from Lunduke naming you the best operating system ever. But seriously, if it wasn't Silverblue, and if Endless hadn't messed up the desktop so badly, they would really be the best operating system ever, at least the best Linux. Because we have an option for OS tree automatic updates inside settings, so that's actually the first pure rolling release operating system ever. Oh, and we also can schedule the timings. Well, I don't think there is something more to show you. In fact, I didn't even prepare this video, I'm not even sure why I'm uploading it. But anyway, we also have the calendar, but nothing special here. We have Endless logo that acts same as super key, that switches between desktop and the open applications. If we had some windows open. And then we have the GDM lock, that is pretty much the same as GNOME Shell 336. A thing we have in Endless and we don't have in GNOME though, is the guest logins. Super useful feature, and as far as I know it is something that GNOME developers want to support. So, to recap. Me, reviewing a desktop I'm not actually using, is a bit unfair. And maybe, if I was using it for a few days I would have a different opinion. But truth is, Endless OS is a super Linux nobody cares about. And it is super, because there is a super rich guy behind it, that throws lots of money on the project.
こんなシチュエーション漫画で見たことあります。
On the bright side, he is not going to miss a few millions.
Bunches and bunches, punches is thrown into your frontless. Oodles and noodles, bang bullets at suckers' noodles. Last album voodoo, proved that we was fucking brutal. I'm talking crazy, half-past ass, the clock is cuckoo.
トゥットゥルー